What if one of the oldest geopolitical strategies in history could help explain what Donald Trump might do with Canada and Mexico? At first glance, it makes no sense. Why would the United States pressure its closest neighbors and biggest trading partners? Why threaten tariffs against Canada? Why challenge Mexico over trade, immigration, and manufacturing? Wouldn't America be better off focusing entirely on China or Russia? Yet more than 2,000 years ago, Chinese strategists described a surprisingly similar approach. They called it Yuanjiao-Jingong, or befriend the distant, attack the nearby. Today, we'll explore whether this ancient strategy might help us understand the future of USMCA, North America, and the next phase of American geopolitics. And importantly, we're not here to predict. We're here to explore possibilities. Let's travel back to ancient China. During the Warring States period, China was divided into competing kingdoms. One state eventually emerged victorious, the state of Qin, the kingdom that would later create the first unified Chinese empire under Qin Shi Huang. One of Qin's most successful diplomatic strategies was simple: avoid fighting powerful enemies that are far away. Focus first on neighbors. Why? Because distant powers are difficult to project force against. Nearby rivals pose immediate threats. So Qin often sought temporary understandings with distant states while concentrating military and political pressure on neighboring ones. Over time, Qin expanded step by step until it unified China. This became known as befriend the distant, attack the nearby. Does this apply to America? Now here's the interesting question. Could a modern superpower use a similar logic? Not necessarily through war, but through trade, economics, diplomacy, and strategic pressure. Look at America's geographic position. Its immediate neighborhood is North America. Its closest economic partners are Canada, Mexico. Together, these countries form one of the largest integrated economic regions on Earth. Cars cross borders multiple times before completion. Energy flows in every direction. Supply chains are deeply interconnected. Yet in recent years, we've repeatedly seen Washington pressure both Ottawa and Mexico City. Why? Theory 1. America first, North America first. One interpretation is surprisingly simple. Perhaps pressure on Canada and Mexico isn't hostility. Perhaps it's consolidation. Think of a company restructuring before entering a major competition. Before facing global rivals, management tightens internal operations. Under this view, America may want a more tightly controlled North American economic bloc. A bloc with more domestic manufacturing, more secure supply chains, less dependence on overseas production, greater economic resilience. In other words, strengthen the neighborhood first, compete globally later. This would resemble the logic of attack nearby, not as destruction, but as reorganization. A second possibility involves China. For years, American policymakers from both political parties have expressed concerns about industrial dependence, technology competition, supply chain vulnerabilities. Under this interpretation, Canada and Mexico become part of a larger strategic picture. The goal may not be to weaken them. The goal may be to align them. Imagine North America becoming a more integrated production platform. Energy from Canada, manufacturing from Mexico, capital and technology from the United States. A continental strategy. If that's the objective, then negotiations may be less about today's disputes and more about tomorrow's competition. Again, not a conclusion, just one possibility. Here's another intriguing idea. Some analysts argue that America may increasingly focus on the Western Hemisphere. Why? Because geography still matters. North America is naturally protected by oceans. Canada and Mexico share land borders with the United States. In a world becoming more uncertain, regional self-sufficiency becomes valuable. Could we see a renewed emphasis on the Americas? Not isolation from the world, but prioritization of the neighborhood. A stronger North American foundation before engaging globally. Some observers describe this as a modern version of hemispheric thinking. Theory 4. Negotiating from strength. There is another possibility. Perhaps these pressures are simply negotiating tactics. Trump is known for viewing international relations through the lens of bargaining. In business negotiations, demanding concessions from partners does not necessarily mean ending the partnership. Sometimes it means seeking a better deal. From this perspective, tariffs, threats, public criticism, tough rhetoric could all be tools designed to gain leverage, not necessarily signs of strategic separation, but methods of negotiation. The Canadian perspective. From Canada's viewpoint, the situation looks very different. Canada's economy is deeply linked to the United States, but dependence creates vulnerability. This explains why Canadian leaders frequently discuss trade diversification, European markets, Indo-Pacific partnerships, alternative export routes. Ancient Chinese strategists had another phrase: "The cunning rabbit has 3 burrows." Never rely on a single exit. Whether Canada can realistically reduce dependence on the United States remains an open question, but the desire for options is understandable. Mexico occupies a fascinating position. In recent years, manufacturers from around the world have invested heavily there. Why? Geography, labor costs, and access to the American market. Mexico has become one of the great beneficiaries of supply chain shifts. The question is, will future USMCA negotiations accelerate this trend or constrain it? No one knows. But Mexico may find itself at the center of one of the most important economic realignments of the 21st century. So what is Trump really trying to accomplish? Is it a return to hemispheric priorities, stronger North American integration, strategic preparation for competition with China, traditional hard-nosed bargaining, or something else entirely? The truth is that geopolitics is rarely driven by a single motive. Often several objectives exist simultaneously, and different policymakers may see different goals. Ancient Chinese strategy offers an interesting lens. But history never repeats itself exactly. The world of ancient kingdoms is very different from the world of global supply chains, nuclear powers, and multinational corporations. Still, human behavior hasn't changed as much as technology has. Power, security, competition, influence. These concerns connect ancient statesmen and modern leaders alike. So perhaps the real question isn't whether Trump is following an ancient Chinese strategy. The real question is, are we witnessing a new effort to reshape North America before the next great phase of global competition begins? And if so, what roles will Canada and Mexico play? In the next episode, we'll examine Canada through another ancient Chinese strategy. The cunning rabbit has 3 burrows. Can Canada truly diversify away from the United States? Or is geography destiny? Subscribe and join the discussion. The next chapter may be even more interesting than the first.